want to get a defamation suit from this, please. I'm not
Allegedly.
Allegedly. I saw a tweet. I ain't saying nothing. I'm just letting you know the kind of tweets that I be seeing. Okay.
Okay. Question 10. How many people do you know with locks?
I know a few people, but the fact that I'm thinking about it, they've all just escaped me. Like I could probably can't count it on one hand.
Okay. Yeah, I think on one hand or two. Like I have a couple of family members with locks. My best friend's mom, you. That's it. Yeah. I don't. Yeah. There's like pretty much no one. Haitians are not. Haitians and locks. It's not the best history there. So, yeah, like my mom wasn't happy about my locks. So I definitely didn't know that many people with locks.
I mean, back home in Nigeria, like locks aren't particularly common either, mostly because it's like, you know, typical colonialist ideas of it's
not beautiful.
Like, it's, you know, it's unprofessional, like it's not pretty, like you don't do it. But I don't know, like my mom did it, and my mom's like, she both cares for and doesn't care for tradition at the same time. Like she cares about certain traditions, and other things she's like, fuck that shit. Nice. Not in those particular words, but that sentiment. But there are a few people, and yeah, I mean, some of them are like young people, but the thing is with young people back home, at least, like when you have locks, you're almost automatically seen as a criminal.
Wow. Yeah.
But I mean, I don't know. It is what it is. I know enough.
Yeah, even back in...
Wait, I keep saying back home. I'm Nigerian for the people who are watching this.
Okay, so who are your lock models or lock inspos?
I don't follow a bunch of like lock. Like I've done my research and I've like looked at pictures and stuff, but I don't really have a lot
of lock inspos. I have a few, and I'll name them. So what would be your goal length, and what do you consider a manageable length? So goal length and manageable length.
Manageable length, probably like here.
Okay.
Like I can put it up in a bun and just
go about your day.
Yeah. But I think goal length would be just slightly longer than that, actually. Like maybe just like about here. Just yeah, see, that's the thing. When I used to be I want my hair so long kind of person.
Okay.
And then I realized, and then I never, my hair has never, in my 23 years of living, been longer than, even with my afro and stretching it out after like the shrinkage, never been longer than about here.
Okay.
And I realized, but short hair works. It works for me. I just want my hair to make it to a point where we can say, I've never been here before. Wow. This is a new frontier for my hair, you know?
I think because my first set of locks, Actually, I think they reached my collarbone. But that length with the volume of the hair just made it odd. I don't know how to explain it.
Yeah. Also, I just want to say, I feel like really long locks are too much. Like, as like when I say too much, I don't mean like too much when I see it on other people. I mean like just a lot to handle. Whether it's putting it in a shower cap or putting it up in a bun, I just feel like it's a lot. And I
like the easiest steps.
Girl, I've tried putting long braids into a shower cup. I know how hard that shit is. When it's real long, it's like
really hard.
Like,
and then it's like saggy at the bottom, slightly.
Like you gotta crop your way to it being so. Yeah.
I see. I honestly want goal length.
Let me guess, to your ass.
Waist to knee. To be honest, it could go so low. Cause like for me, if I get to the knee length, that means I could cut it to about bra strap and have like a cute little bob style, whatever. Comb that out, you know, do a little Afro style for a little bit, and then reattach the locks that were from my waist to my knee. So
also, if you get your locks to that level, combing it out is gonna be so hard, and you will lose a lot of hair in the process.
It depends, because like the fact that I'm cutting in bra strap and then combing it out will make it less longer. You can comb that out. You can comb any locks out. Sorry, you could comb out your interlocks. It'll just be harder, but you can comb it out. But yeah, I want like something long so that I could cut it out, you know, leave it on the side, do whatever I want with my hair, maybe go bald again, and then attach it when I feel like it and have the length that I want. Like that I want. And manageable length, probably around collarbone to bra strap, but only if they're the same length. Like I want a blob or a bob. I want something that's like sharp, the locks.
Fair enough.
We'll see. But I also want something where I could like twist and do those like natural styles, but it still looks a bit long. I don't know. I think it's gonna have to be bra strap, so I could do the look that I want to do.
Okay, that's fair.
Okay, question 13. What are the products that you use for your hair?
Right now, nothing at all.
Not even distilled water?
Baby. So we're 4 months in, right?
Yeah.
And I tried so hard to get products that, you know, were like Black or small business owned, were healthy, didn't have any like unnecessary chemicals and all of that. And I'm a science student. I'm at the moment a goddamn organic chemist. So I understand that a lot of like there are chemicals in everything. Natural shit comes down to chemicals anyway.
Yeah.
But I also know that there is a difference between natural chemicals and synthetic chemicals.
Yeah.
And I wanted to stay away from the synthetic chemicals. So like the man-made, the silicas and the this and the that, you know, all of that. But most of them turned out to be companies in America. I couldn't really find many. I couldn't find any in Canada. And shipping small businesses from America to Canada cost a goddamn arm and a leg.
Yeah.
And I'm broke as shit. I'm a student. I don't have the money for that. So I'm still kind of figuring things out. But also, I'm getting my hair washed every 4 weeks at my loctician. So I was like, okay, there's not like too much of a rush because I'm not doing it myself. Not much happens in 4 weeks. Like the worst that happens is that my hair gets a little flaky. and
Mhm.
like dry and flaky. So recently I tried doing like a water and tea tree oil thing just to kind of keep my roots clean.
Yeah.
But not much is like I feel like my hair dried out because also my hair dries out really quickly.
Mhm.
Um, and I feel like with that my hair dried out like super super quickly as well. So I don't know. I'm still figuring things out. Whoever watches this, if you have any tips, suggestions,
Down
product, comment. She will let me know. I will give it a shot. So, in fact, if you have a business that makes products for locked hair, perfect.
Yes, yes.
Let us support you.
Yes, I definitely agree. As for me, I actually following this video will be my regimen video where I do my first wash and I show you all the products that I'll be using. But I'll reconsider. I'll definitely reconsider on the glycerin and on the rice water.
Yeah.
Because I want to stay like the thing is I chose products that were all natural, like literally essential oils or straight up oils or the black soap. Like I'm trying to get into the natural, but
And that I'm with
yeah,
fully because all the products that I wanted to get were all natural products, like made, not homemade. Well, a few of them were homemade, but like made with all natural products, you know? Like there was this like spray that I got with that was just like rose water and
ooh, yes, I would love to try the rose water.
something. Like I wanted to get a bunch of stuff that honestly would have been so nice for my hair, but
Yeah, it's
shipping.
the money. It's the money. I spent, I think, this whole new routine because
Yeah,
a bunch of things for my loose natural hair, but I think it cost me about $40, 40 to
yeah.
50.
I think I'm gonna have to figure these out by myself by looking at what these people did and what ingredients they used and just make it by myself. But
Yeah.
that is probably what I'm gonna do in the future. But right now, all my products are with my loctician.
Question 14, which pertains to your loctician, but
Okay.
how often do you wash and maintain your hair?
Every 4 weeks.
Every 4 weeks.
Yeah.
I'm
I
doing
think,
it that way, like every 4 weeks, washing,
yeah,
cleaning.
yeah. Wash, relock, or retwist, whatever.
So far, I wash every 2 weeks. Well, I wash almost every week because I do a rinse on 1 week and a wash the second week. I
Yeah.
kind of alternate. I'm still debating if I'm gonna do the rinse this week. I'm still debating because that rice water. I also heard some things about the rice water that it's starchy, that it could leave residue. That's why it's best to wash it out,
Yeah.
instead of just spraying it on your head. So like I'm still debating, but I'll wash every 2 weeks for now, and retighten every 2 weeks for now, just because my hair is so short and it grows.
Yeah, so it grows.
And
Like,
after my first wash, like when you guys will see the video, my hair was so frizzy, I could not leave it without a retwist, or else I would never see my parting again. Like I would have no idea where the hair comes from. So, second question of this maintenance question, but basically, how do you how do you retwist your hair, or how do you retighten your hair?
interlock and a little bit of palm rolling.
Okay, okay,
That's mostly it.
yeah. I am currently
Uh-huh.
retwisting.
It's
Yeah,
easier to see like this one. Like I don't know if
you
it's
can
clear.
tell.
Like you can tell that it was retwisted, like it was pulled through because there's a little bit of space.
Mhm. And you could tell that it was interlocked.
Yeah,
There's that little space to loop.
yeah. Oh, I said retwisted. I meant interlocked, but yeah.
And then last question of this maintenance question. section. But what are your intentions with your lock? Like, do you plan to freeform, semi-freeform, retwist regularly?
Retwist regularly. I don't want it freeform. Like first of all, I can't deal with the thickness of what I've seen a lot of freeform hairstyles become. And also I don't like the, like, not in a disrespectful way, but I don't like the disorderliness of it. I know why, and I get the history of freeform and all of that, and it's really beautiful, and like it's wonderful to know, and like I respect anyone who does their hair freeform because that is a journey in itself. But what I want to do with my hair does not really work for freeform.
Yeah.
And I just like when my hair is kind of like.
How often would you retwist, like, going forward?
So now that it's still kind of doing its like budding and maturing thing for every 4 weeks, and then maybe eventually like 6 weeks. And once they mature, probably every like month. Sorry, no, that's 4 weeks. Every maybe like couple months.
Okay.
Months.
You're like dabbling into semi-freeform.
Just like honestly, like not really. Just like whenever my roots really, really grow out.
Mm-hmm.
For this beginning part, definitely 4 to 6 weeks.
4 to 6 weeks. Mm-hmm. I think I also keep regularly retwisting for the beginning of my lock journey. By the time they lock, by the time they're a year old, I'll probably semi-freeform and just retwist every 2 months, 2 to 3 months, just because my first set of locks, like doing ponytails and whatever, what I liked the most was how my edges looked like my loose natural hair. Like all the growth like combined into a sleek bun just looked like my natural hair, like my loose natural hair. So I liked the look for some reason. I do also like a retwist look, like especially doing the retwist myself. I'm like, wow, I'm so grateful for a retwist. It's beautiful. So I would keep retwisting, but when I'm looking at like my lock idols, like Narissa and Angel, they're freeform. Their hair have been freeforming for a long time. I think they just separate so they don't combine together. Mm. And I like how thick and juicy they are, but also still traditional. I don't know. But I might go that route. I don't think I can maintain my locks forever. Yeah, I'll get annoyed. Okay, number 15. Have some of your locks unraveled?
At the beginning, like in my first month or my second month, I had 2 in the back that unraveled. But since then, no, they've all kind of.
And did you just retwist them?
When they unraveled the first time, I kind of just let them be. I was like, fuck.
Oh.
I'm just gonna. And then when I went to get my hair retwisted, she just put them back together. Yeah, she just used a little extra gel.
My loctician has too.
I was like, I came to her and I was like, I think there are a few. I think there's one retwist in the back. I can see it. And she was like, oh yeah, okay.
Wow. I only have one that unraveled, and it's this one, and that's the only one that I twisted.
Oh. Yeah, I see it.
Yeah, so I twisted that one just to make it different from the others. But yeah. Question 16. What's the hardest part of having locks?
I would say the in-between retwist maintenance, which I haven't started yet, which is why I feel like it's so hard, because one, when I do start it, I know that it'll be like, ugh, I gotta with my hair. But then at the moment, it's also the hardest part, because I'm still figuring that out. But other than that, I think the hardest part would just be the days where I wake up and I'm just not having a good hair day. Like I finally know what a good hair day, like a bad hair day is. Because at least when I had my afro, it was just comb it out, just wet it, comb it out, we're good. Like if there's no bad hair days when my hair is combed out. Really? There wasn't, because all I had to do was comb it out. Like that's all. Like if my hair was too flat or something, put it in a scarf. It's fine. It's fine. Or comb it out so it's your natural fro.
I think the hardest part for me was realizing that like we're in a pandemic and I'm just gonna have to take care of my hair by myself.
I'm in a pandemonium.
I was like, let's get into this retwist 101 and watch a bunch of videos and figure it out. And it is hard. Like, the retwist is not an easy thing, especially if you don't necessarily do your hair. But I don't mind it. I really don't. I don't mind it. I know the look is not great. Like sometimes I look at my hair and I'm like, but I don't mind either. I think it's just part of the journey. I'm like so beyond me. So beyond. Question 17. Have your locks taught you anything? Except
if my locks taught me anything, I think it like just making healthier choices for my hair. Because before I would just kind of like Shea Moisture.
Oh, why? Is Shea Moisture wrong?
Oh, no, like it's not. I think it's just because the people I started following shit on Shea Moisture, and now I'm just like, oh, sorry.
Sure. I'm so sad I'm locked and I could no longer use my Shea Moisture products.
Yeah, but Shea Moisture is also, it's apparently not that great, but
this is not sponsored. Don't call me Shea Moisture.
This is not sponsored. I'm not. But what, I don't know. Like, what did it teach me? I really want to say like patience. It taught me to be patient with my. I'm not.
I think for me, it taught me to be more versatile. Cause like before, when I had my loose hair, I would like try styles, but I don't know. Like even cutting my hair, I thought I would be doing all these like cornrow braids, blah 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 blah. I ended up doing none of that. The finger waves.
But also, didn't you cut your hair at just before a panoramic?
No, 6 months prior actually. So I had time. Like I had time, but I was just too busy working and doing. Like I was just so busy in the comfort that it was low maintenance that I just didn't do shit with it.
It would have been a good time for you to explore wigs.
Which
like, I get that shit laid and all of that.
I'll still do it because my hair is like so flat that I could put a ball cap and it'll be fine. But no, I was just more versatile. Like all my styles I realized were during my locks. Like I had braids, I had crochet, I had wigs. I did it all with my locks. So I'm like, no, you can't convince me that loose natural hair is gonna make me do.
But also maybe it's just a time thing. Maybe you just had more time and motivation like when you had locks, but you had less time and motivation when you had short hair.
Yeah, because something that I realized about having locks is that I don't like detangling. And like that's my favorite thing about braiding is the fact that like I braid with partings and when I take them out, I don't have to detangle. That's the holy trinity. Question 18, which you could kind of incorporate the question 17 since you haven't answered yet. But have locks changed your idea of beauty?
No. I think I always, hair in general like was an accessory that I always found people like style to make themselves beautiful, and like I loved my natural hair. I mean, when I was younger, I had my hair was relaxed.
Oh.
And we don't talk about that time of my life because generally I did not really have an idea of my own beauty. So that wasn't, but like also I didn't really see my hair as what made me beautiful or not beautiful. And like having my locks, I feel just as beautiful now as when I had natural hair. And like I've seen beautiful people with locks, with natural hair, being bald as shit, being hair long as fuck, you know, people with medium hair, people with wigs. So I think I found beauty in every kind of hairstyle. You know, so I don't think locks really changed my idea of beauty. They were just, it's just a new, it just created a new picture of me in which I saw myself as beautiful.
I definitely, it changed my entire idea of beauty. Before my locks, I detested my loose natural hair. Like I just had a bad history with my hair because it was permed, but I was also swimming, so like the chlorine and that's just bad combination. So it destroyed my hair. And then throughout high school, being in like a white majority school, I just didn't feel comfortable having my natural loose hair. So I would braid it, take it off on like a Friday night, braid it by like Sunday so that Monday I could come back with a new set. Like, so it was difficult for me, but having my locks, like as soon as I had my locks, for some reason, everything about the standard of beauty went out the window. Like I didn't care anymore. I did like a year of covering my head when I got my locks. The first year of my locks, I covered my hair. And then my second year, I did a whole bunch of styles and colors. And then my third year, I ended up cutting them. And I would have never cut my hair if it wasn't for my locks. Never, never, never cut my hair. I hated that, but I loved it. My big chop was amazing. I loved myself even more. Like, I just felt like that I'm not my hair. Like, cue.
I am not my hair. I am not this
Again. I am not your
expectation. I am not my hair. I am not this fair. I am the soul that lives within. Okay, just had to break it down. Moment.
Having locks, I wouldn't be rocking this style if it wasn't for the locks. I don't know, it just changed everything. For me, it changed everything about my standard of beauty.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
And that's it for the Q&A. Hey guys, this is Away Nomad for the outro. I'm currently editing the part 2 of the Q&A, which I hope you are enjoying and learning more about my lock journey, my first and my current. So as you could probably see, I am also rocking a wig at the moment, which you will only see in my 3rd month updates. I will talk about it a little bit more. So as you guys have probably, I don't know if you have realized, but I'm actually a little bit delayed. The videos that are coming out are not necessarily reflecting where I am at the moment in my lock journey, but I'm just a couple weeks behind, so eventually I'll catch up. I'm thinking by the end of the month I'll be able to catch up. So I hope you guys are gonna stay tuned for my next video, because I will be putting in my 2-month update before the interview that was filmed prior to my 2 months. But stay tuned, and I am happy to bring some more content to my channel and also some more people, so you guys get to learn a little bit more about the lock community. And on that note, I will say comment, like, and subscribe, and see you next time. Bye. That's true.
Never with white people with locks, because you're not. That shit is not for you. It's not for you.
But what if
Don't try so hard.
process? What if they let their hair lock on their own? You know what I mean?
No, white people's hair does not lock. It mats.